The other candidates that have made any official moves, there's three of them, are all planning to qualify for public financing. Do you believe that that's part of this progressive liberal conspiracy that you've just been talking about?
No.
So you don't oppose that system anymore? Because you did when Fidelli used it against you.
Correct. Actually, this time, if I get in the race, I'm actually planning to qualify for the public financing. Whether I will take it or not, I haven't decided.
Why?
Why?
Why qualify for it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm being criticized for having self-financed my campaign last time, which I actually didn't do. I was very generous in my campaign, but I raised over $3 million of other people's money. But I want to show that I can qualify for the public financing just like others, and it may make more sense to take that than finance it the traditional way. The grant has gotten so large right now that it would be very hard to use the traditional way of raising money and win.
But
Not
it
a
does limit the
primary
amount of
though,
money
it's a-
that's spent, so you are maybe
Sure.
agreeing with that concept, that the amount ought to be limited to everything?
Well, if you take the public financing, you have to live by the rules, yes.
But a primary grant, as you know, is still relatively modest. You had a vigorous primary last time that was very expensive. It's, could be a 3 or 4 way again this time.
Still a long way off. And as I said, I haven't made a decision. Either to enter the race or whether to use public financing.
Could you explain a little bit more about what would make you decide to run or not to run? You said you wanted to go out and see whether people respond to your message for a new direction and new leadership. So what do you need to hear that would convince you to run? What would make you decide, maybe not this time?
Well, it's still a long way off, so it would be a little early, I think, to make a firm decision. But I want to make sure that everything that I've just spoken about today is the same sentiments that the voters have and would resonate with voters in November of 2014.
When will you make that decision?
I don't know. When I know the answer.
As far as cities are concerned, I mean, how is your strategy going to be different this time? As far as canvassing the state and looking out towards a possible general election?
I realized last time, and I realized this time, but I think there'll be more emphasis this time, that how important our cities are and getting our policy for our cities right and getting them headed back in a better direction are for the entire state. So our cities are not isolated communities in our state. We all live together, we all share each other's problems, and I think that responsible leadership in the state is going to need to focus and solve the problems of our cities.
But it's also a political calculation too, because you won all the towns and you lost all the cities. And everybody knows that's where the Democrats win. The Democrats win in Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport, and this Governor Stanford,
Okay.
right? So, I mean, if you don't focus on them and at least try to get some votes, there's no way to win. I mean, you learned that the last time.